Hey everyone, what's behind me? If you took a class with me before, you know, the spy drone. I found it in Goodwill, very cheap, but that's very important to stress. This is why I'm no longer using the book. Even though a lot of those concepts that you're going to hear about in the lectures are still important. The lectures can be a couple years old, it doesn't matter. Positivism versus more humanitarian law, the conventions of law, where international law comes from, all is very important, but we have to apply it to current events. So the rapid use of drones in conflict, does it involve international law? There has not yet been a case specifically on drones in the International Court of Justice, but in cases put forth, like, for example, Sudan, which, is a more recent case that's blaming other countries, particularly the UAE, of using drones or supplying drones, to the rebels in Sudan, which then results in genocide against the Sudanese people. Now, it was actually not taken up by the ICJ. Is there politics involved? I'm not sure. I'm not there in the case. But it shows you that drones are becoming extremely important in conflict, but that they are attacking humans, civilians, children, women, non-combatants. And actually, a Houthi drone, probably from the Houthis in Yemen, used the Iranian drone to hit the oil fields of Saudi Arabia. Does that lift to the level of international law? And this is what we have to start thinking. Now, the obvious one, Russian attacks in the Ukraine, where there is evidence Ukrainian innocent civilians have been killed by Russian drones. Does this rise to the level of war crimes using drones? And then the Ukraine has used drones to wipe out military armaments in Russia. Well, this is the whole case. To what extent is drone use against international humanitarian law laid out by the Geneva Conventions? So this is very, very interesting, and I want to get your opinion on this. And what a lot of people are doing, you're going to see a little article on this by the United Nations, they want to regulate drones. But as we'll see in a positivist, is this, should it be the state itself that regulates drone usage, opposed to an overarching institution that really has no way to enforce it anyways? And some countries, they are illegal. In Nicaragua, you cannot have drones. You will be arrested if you have a drone. Now, Nicaragua's democracy is in question. So is this just another way to maintain power? Can the United Nations, can international or regional institutions make drones illegal? And to what level does drone usage break international law? If it's hitting civilians, this goes against international humanitarian law, laid out in the Geneva Convention, as we spoke about. But this is what is so interesting about taking international law, international organizations, and applying it to topical subjects, like that case of Sudan, which I find totally interesting, which very few people know about, right? That it said the United Arab Emirates is supporting the rebels. I'll give you a little link, and are using drones. And this rises to the occasion of genocide, attributable partly at least for drone usage. Now, it doesn't matter whether they accepted the court case or not. They didn't end up accepting it. They dropped it. But it is showing it. And then you see, is there drone usage against the Palestinians, drone usage against the Rohingya people in Myanmar, all over this country, all over the world. of this drone usage, and to what extent does it rise to breaking international law? And can we regulate it? Or should it be the state that regulates it? And it should not be an overarching institution. They're very interesting, just internet, artificial intelligence and drone usage that go hand in hand, as you'll see in the videos and lectures, is absolutely amazing. And it's just rising so fast. They're easy to make. And they're even in Goodwill, which you know is my favorite store. So just about anyone can buy them now. Take care, everyone.